I'm Gwyneth Herbert, and I am a musician and a writer and a lyricist and a composer, and I kind of make collaborative musical art film projects of various different wonky shapes and sizes in the world. And I live in Hastings. So at the moment I'm working on a variety of different things in a variety of different guises. So I am producing musical theatre star Frances Raffel's new record in London. I am working with artist Mel Brimfield to build a huge community project with Art on the Underground, which is basically the art branch of TfL in London. And we took over Stratford Station in November last year to celebrate the centenary of left-wing radical director Joan Littlewood. So I'm writing all of the music for that. We're working with a lot of East London kids and a 40-piece brass band and a 20-piece community choir. And we took over the station and the Jubilee Line concourse for a crazy day in November. And now we're working on the film element of it, which will be up in Stratford Station for a year as of April. And we're working with some amazing artists like Dickie Bow, the cabaret mime artist, for that. And also I'm writing about, oh God, I lose count, about maybe five musicals. One of which is called The Rhythm Method, which is a musical about contraception. So at the moment I'm writing a song about imagining if Jean-Paul Sartre or Simone de Beauvoir was an egg stuck in the fallopian tubes, and imagining having a bit of an existential crisis. Terrible pun, unintended. And my day job, I guess, is singing, although I do that mainly in the evening, so I've been doing a lot of gigging and preparing for my next album, which I'll hopefully going back over to Kenya to do some more research over there, learning Swahili and working with the different tribes, and my new album project will be coming out of that. So that's a little taster of some of the stuff that I'm doing. So I moved to Hastings in April of last year, and I had been living in East London for about 10, 11 years, and never thought that I would move out there. I really loved the buzz of it, and I loved the people, and it really felt like home for me. But towards the end of 2013, I'd been touring really intensively, and I was pretty burnt out. And specifically, I'd been touring the coast. My last album, my 6th album, which was my last one, was written all about the sea, exploring stories of the British coastline. And I toured it with my band, toured the British coast, and it's, for me, because my life is just so all over the place, and so pacey. The sea is the only thing that somehow kind of stops the incessant whirring of my brain, and I have this kind of very deep connection with it and fascination with it. And so I just thought I really, really need to change my life quite dramatically. There are a lot of really lovely and exciting artists and musicians who seem to be moving here and setting up a community as London becomes more and more expensive. And Hastings and St Leonard's just started being mentioned around the place. And coincidentally, for my, I was working on a musical called The A to Z of Mrs P, and my orchestrator lived down here, Sarah Travis. She's lived down here for a while, and I visited and just decided this is the place that I needed to be. Came down here. This little flat was the first place that I saw, and utterly fell in love with it, with the sea, with the vibe, with the buzz, with people, especially with the people. Everyone is ridiculously friendly here, and it felt like home within a couple of weeks, and it really feels like home now. I feel like this is my home for the foreseeable future, definitely. I couldn't feel any more settled. I mean, I would kind of like to spend more time exploring Africa, and a lot of the time that I've been living down here, I have been kind of doing residencies elsewhere. So I was building a big art project up in Sheffield for a month, and I've been up and in and out of London, but it really feels very special to have this as an anchor and a home to come back to. It means that all of the various different sporadic and crazy elements of my life have this root here, and I think that I'm rooted here for a while. My favourite spots in Hastings and St Leonard's are many and varied. So in St Leonard's, which has really, I've just met the most incredible community of people who have taken me to their hearts and their bars frequently. The St Leonard's is great for a pint and a quiz, and Mickey's Bar is fantastic for a hedonistic late night hangout. There's the Gecko, which is just immediately downstairs from me, which has got some great music on. And then in terms of eating, Hastings itself, in the Old Town, there's a lovely bistro called Pomegranate, which is a beautiful place and does lovely grub. And then there's the Dragon Bar, which is always really buzzy. And then the Royal Standard is great fun for a musical experience that you might not normally expect from somewhere else. Yeah, that's quite a few, isn't it? And I just love walking and exploring the environs. So I run up and down the seafront quite a lot, and been up in the cable car with my mum, done all the touristy things. I've never played a match of crazy golf before. That is on my list of things, or been on any of the rides. But yeah, it's a peaceful place to be. And the other reason that I perhaps feel so at home in Hastings or love it so much is that it is so accepting of these wonderful, eccentric, colourful characters, much like East London is actually. So there are some real storytellers. It is a wonderful place to go and speak to long, silver-bearded men and who are occasionally naked, but not always. So yeah, it's a magical place full of stories and life.